As the Rebel story inches closer to the time of A New Hope,
Mhm.
what's your approach with connecting your stories to those stories from that era?
Well, I think an important thing for me is actually for our stories to be unique and a little bit independent. I mean, while we are, obviously we have characters that are in rebellion, there needs to be some continuity between there. We're very careful at Story Group about we don't want to interfere with Luke Skywalker's story. That's its saga. That's told. That's perfect. And we have to try to figure out, well, where do our characters fit in around that? So we're always looking at where they are. How do we reasonably explain why you don't hear about them? And that how do we make connections to say, okay, but maybe this was one connection. It's been on our mind since season one, and we've got a diligent team of people as we all discuss how to make it happen, and how important is it to have a connection at all even.
All right, one last question. At Celebration, Kiri Hart mentioned, I don't know if you've gotten this one before, that one example of something that the story group thinks about is, what if there were a live action cameo from a Star Wars Rebels character? Is that just an example, or is that something that's on your radar?
Oh, I would say, you never know, because it has to be on the radar as a possibility, because to make it happen, you need to jump into action to make it happen. You have to ask yourself several things, like if you have an animated character, how would that translate? Just giving you the real process of how you would do it. The same way that, like, if they're going to do a comic book, I talk to them about the art style of it, and it doesn't need to be exactly what we do in the animated show. The voice of the character would be important, but what's great is that Kiri and her group bring continuity to everything, and we always ask, we wouldn't want to do it in a way where it's too much of an Easter egg thing, is it? But it couldn't be that important. Everything needs to be special for its own story and its own purpose. But then we have continuity, so that if you've seen all these different things, you get a larger story as a fan. So if it serves story, we would be open to it. I think that's where we stand with that.
Nice. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, man. Nice talking to you.
Thanks.